So I'm going to start off with a slightly heavier BB cream, and I'm just going to place this on the centre part of my face and then blend it out. So starting on the nose, the forehead, the cheeks and chin, and then blend it out all over my face. As usual, once I've applied this, I'm just going to hold my fingers and my hands all over my face just to get it to melt into my skin a little bit better. And since this BB cream can look quite shiny if you don't put powder, I'm going to be using HD powder over that, and I'm just going to be pressing this into the skin all over my face, including underneath the eyes. With primer we're going to be covering slightly more than usual. You're going to cover the whole lid, but also the sides of the face along the temples, and then blend that out. With a green stick eyeshadow, I'm going to place this all over the lid, and you're going to apply this quite heavily. Once that's applied all over the lid, you're then going to take a brush and blend that out, and you're going to bring it out quite far. Try and get it to reach almost the edge of your eyebrows, and then flare it out all the way to the temples, before bringing that colour underneath the lower lid, and then blending that out. Moving on to a matte black eyeshadow, you're going to start on the outer corner of the eye and then work this all the way into the crease and apply this quite heavily, and don't worry, we're going to blend this out all the way into the inner corner and then bring it down on the lower lid. But what you want to do is you want to squint into the mirror and bring it just underneath the fold of the skin and then blend that all out. Once you've blended that all out, we're going to take a gold loose pigment, and we're just going to get that onto the same brush that we used to blend out black eyeshadow. You're going to start off in the middle of the upper lid, and you're just going to really loosely apply that on the centre of the lid. And don't worry about being messy, it's actually got to look a little bit messy for this look. And then we're also going to apply it just underneath on the lower lid, and again with this one we're going to be quite messy, and we don't even have to bother blending this one out. You just want to make sure that you've really loosely applied it just underneath the lashes. After you've roughly blended the gold loose eyeshadow on the upper lid, we're going to move on to a black eyeliner. You're going to line it as close to the lashes as possible, really working it into the lashes, before taking that same gold loose eyeshadow, and you're going to wet it, mix it onto a fan brush, and then use that to coat the lashes on the lower and the upper lid. With whatever's left on the brush, you're going to loosely run it over the skin just underneath the eye, and again, just be messy with this. Now with the brown eyeshadow, we're going to take a loose fluffy brush, and you're just going to use this to circle right around the green eyeshadow we've already applied, and then bring it along the eyebrows into the temples, and blend this out either with your fingers or a brush. Once you've done that with an eyebrow brush, you want to brush your eyebrows upwards, and then with the same black eyeshadow we used previously, I'm going to be using a nail art brush and just flaring upwards to make it look as if your eyebrows have gone a little bit wild. And then once you've done that with the same brush, we're going to start drawing a little bit of a reptilian pattern. And what you want to start off with is just making messy circles, and then just basically following whatever pattern you feel works best. Don't try and plan it out and make it too symmetrical, it won't look as good. With white eyeliner, you just want to get it in between the flicks of the black eyeshadow that you already drew on your brows, and blend out the ends a little. Then with the patterns you've already drawn with the eyeshadow, you're going to just line them a little bit with the white eyeliner. Just to make the pattern a little bit more interesting, we're going to be using a cream eyeshadow, and you're going to be placing this just in the centre of all the patterns you've drawn. And then back to the white eyeliner, you're going to apply a little bit just in the inner corner of the eye, and blend that out a little bit. The lashes, you're just going to finish off by really roughly applying several coats of mascara, and it has to look heavy. This doesn't need to look too perfect. And then with the exact same brush, you're going to run it over the skin a little bit to make it look grungy. And then for the eyes, you're just going to finish off by applying pearl rhinestones and then ordinary rhinestones, but maybe also have a little bit of fun and stick them on the lashes as well. It'll just make it look a little bit more interesting. And lastly for the eyes, I'm just going to be applying a little bit more gold underneath the eyes, but wipe away any fallout that's too distracting. For the lips, we're going to be using a black eyeliner and a white eyeliner, and we're going to be taking quite a literal approach to the expression paying through the nose, and draw lips coming from the nose and on the lips as well. And start off with a black eyeliner. And once you've drawn the shape you want to have on the lips, you're then going to fill it in with the same black eyeliner. Make sure that you fill it in really heavily, or you could use a black lipstick if that's what you have to hand. Once I've done that, I'm going to take the white eyeliner and just outline it a little bit, just to make it a little bit more interesting, because otherwise it can look a bit flat, and I want it to look quite animated and almost cartoonish. Blend out the edges a little bit so they don't look so harsh, and then taking the same gold eyeshadow that we used previously, you're going to wet it, and pursing your lips really tight, you're going to apply that all over the lips and everywhere else that you've drawn. And then you also want to apply a few rhinestones just at the high points and low points of the drips, and also if you've got some awesome nails, go for that too. Finish off with lip gloss just in the centre of the lips, and that's it, you're done.